So here's a question. What if I told you that keeping all your money in a savings account is like buying a gym membership and never going?
What?
You're paying for something that's supposed to help you, but it's just sitting there, doing nothing. 5 years ago, $10,000 in savings got you maybe $10,500 today. That's $500. That's basically 3 trips to the grocery store now. But that same $10,000 in the S&P 500, around $17,000. What changed? Not how hard you worked, just where the money sat. Look, savings accounts aren't evil. They're great for emergencies, for short-term stuff, for peace of mind. But here's what they don't tell you in those bank commercials. Inflation is eating your money alive. Your bank gives you 1%, maybe 2%. Inflation's running at 3% or 4%. You're literally losing money just by being safe. That $100 sitting in your account? In 5 years, it buys what $85 buys today. It's still $100 on paper, but it's worth less in real life. So what's the move? We make the money work. And there's this dead simple strategy called the 3-fund portfolio. 3 funds. 1 strategy. Actually works. This whole thing started with a guy named Jack Bogle. He founded Vanguard back in the 70s and basically said, what if we stop pretending we're smarter than the market? His idea was simple. Instead of trying to pick winning stocks, just own a little bit of everything. He created the first index fund. Wall Street hated it, called it un-American, too boring. 50 years later, it's made more regular people wealthy than probably any other investment strategy in history. The original version was US stocks, international stocks, and bonds. We're going to do a modern version with 3 ETFs, VOO, SCHD, and QQQM. Think of it as the remix, same wisdom, updated playlist. First up, VOO, the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. This is your foundation. One purchase, you own a piece of 500 of the biggest US companies. Apple, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, Costco, Visa, all of them. When you hear, the stock market went up today, this is basically what they're talking about. Historically, about 10% average returns per year. Some years more, some years less, but over decades, solid. This is the core, the base, the thing you build everything else on. Half your portfolio goes here. Simple. Next, SCHD. Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. This one's different. These are companies that pay you just for holding their stock. Every quarter, cash hits your account. We're talking Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Chevron, Verizon, big stable companies that have been around forever and aren't going anywhere. They're not the flashiest, but they're consistent, and they pay dividends that tend to grow over time. So while VOO gives you growth, SCHD gives you growth plus income. 30% of your portfolio here. Think of it as your stability layer. Last one, QQQM, the Invesco Nasdaq 100 ETF. This is your tech-heavy, growth-focused, let's see what the future brings fund. Nvidia, Tesla, Meta, Amazon, Google, the companies building AI, electric cars, the apps you use every day. It's more volatile. It'll swing more. Some years it'll make you really happy. Some years you'll want to not look at it. But over time, this is where the serious growth potential lies. 20% here. Enough to capture the upside, not so much that you lose sleep. Let's talk actual numbers. You invest $10,000 today, leave it for 20 years. In a savings account at 3%, about $18,000. In this 3-fund portfolio averaging 8 and 9%, around $45,000 to $50,000. That's not speculation. That's based on historical averages. Same starting point, same amount of time. Just a different choice about where the money lives. And here's the thing. You don't need $10,000 to start. You can start with $100, $50, whatever you've got. The secret isn't having a lot of money. It's starting early and staying consistent. Here's your recipe. Write this down. 50% VOO, your foundation, 30% SCHD, your income and stability, 20% QQQM, your growth. You can set this up in any brokerage app. Fidelity, Schwab, Vanguard, whatever. I will put useful links in the description. Every month, invest what you can. It doesn't have to be a lot. $100, $200, $50, whatever doesn't hurt. Once a year, mark it on your calendar. Check if you need to rebalance back to 50 to 30-20. That's it. You're not day trading. You're not watching CNBC every morning. You're not checking it every day. You set it up, you feed it consistently, and you let time do its thing. The boring strategy that actually works. Here's the truth. This won't make you rich next month or next year, but in 10 years, 20, you're going to be in a completely different place than if you did nothing. This is the strategy that quietly works while everyone else is chasing trends and timing the market and stressing about every headline. You know what's powerful? Showing up consistently. Not being clever, just being there. Start small if you need to. Start today if you can. Your future self, the one who's not worried about money, that person is built by the decisions you make right now. So, you ready? Like this and subscribe for more real money talk.